Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Today I'm recording with cam off and you might ask why. Well, I did get the COVID vaccine yesterday and god am I just feeling like absolute crap. Like I do not feel good right now. I'm very cold. I'm dying. But I need to record a video because I can't miss a day. So what this video is I'm going to be going over all the spells in every school's arsenal that is surprisingly good, or at least the spells that I would consider to be the hidden, or not even hidden, but the best spells that they have in their arsenal. I'm just going to pick one from each school so that this kind of, you know, works well. But I'm going to try to go for picks that, like, wouldn't be common. Like, obviously, if I'm going for fire, right, I'm going to say Meteor Strike is one of the best things in their arsenal. I'm going to say King Artorias is one of the best things in their arsenal. But I'm going to try to stay away from that, at least for some schools. So let's get started with fire. And this one might throw you for a loop. I would consider one of the best hidden spells to be Scald. Now, there's a reason for this. And if you don't know the reason, it's likely because you haven't seen it before. But there is actually a strat, and this is really good for farming some bosses, where if you have two fires, you can have one fire who has the Dahlia Thalmea hat from the Professor's Lore pack, or Professor's Horde pack, sorry, and then have the other one use Scald. And if you're wondering why, the Dahlia Thalmea hat has something called Mass Detonate. Now, if you go over here, you can see Detonate right here. Destroy one over time and deal 100% damage. Mass Detonate does that to everyone. So basically what that means is that first round with a 5-pip deck, you can do about, with an enchant, that would be 800 damage at base, which is actually insane. That's like a very large amount of damage to every single enemy. I know that strat you can use to one-shot Morganth. You can use it to one-shot Hades. Obviously, you would like Mass Feint as well on a death. That's what makes the strat complete. It's just really, really good to be able to do that, because obviously that's like an insane amount of damage that you can do first round. So I'm gonna call that the best spell that fire has in their arsenal. Now, obviously, my wizard's got Thanos snapped, so I can't really switch from wizard to wizard to show you for all of them. But I can, I'm just going to chill on my myth wizard for a bit, because obviously I don't really have anyone else to chill on. So I'll just chill, and I'll describe the other spells. For ice, I would say the best spell that they have, and this one might be obvious, I'm not sure, is the oh god, what's it called? It's Snowball Barrage. And the reason for that is that it obviously is similar to Tempest, where it does an X amount of damage per pip. It does 95 per pip, which, if you don't see how that's like ridiculously good, that means that after, say, 6 pips, you do 6 times 95, which I don't know off the top of my head, is 570, plus an enchant. That's actually really good damage for 6 pips, and you're likely not going to get a shadow pip first round anyway. Now, I'm going to throw in another spell, because I feel like that one's kind of late game, and I kind of want an early game. I'm going to say the Legion Shield is actually surprisingly good for an ice. Now, obviously, ice should, you know, is a rather defensive school, but I'd like to say that if you look at this, I mean, I think it's minus 35 is the base card one. Minus 35 to the next 3 spells is actually really good. Actually, no, Legion Shield's the one that hit. Is Legion Shield the one that does all allies? Now I'm feeling stupid. Let me look it up, because that's probably important to note. Okay, that one's to all allies. So I'd say that one is good for when you're questing with friends. I'd say the other one I'm trying to figure out is the what's the triple ice shield? Now I don't know, and I feel stupid. Okay, let me pause the video and I'll go find what I'm talking about. Alright, now I'm starting to think I'm stupid and it doesn't exist, but I'm just gonna list Legion Shield as one of them, because that's just easier for me to do because I'm too lazy. Next on our list is Storm. Now this one is a very obvious one, and that's Tempest, because Tempest is good at all levels. No matter what level you are, Tempest is a good spell. I know I just repeated myself, that's weird. Especially at like when you get it at level 28, it can be really, really good because you can use it whatever round. And usually at level 28 to 30, you're going to be starting with about 3 pips. 3 times 80 is 240. Plus, if you have the enchant, like you have monstrous TC, that could be a solid 450 damage first round, plus your actual damage from the Mount Olympus gear. So you could be doing a solid 600 to 800 per first round, which is enough to one-shot most street enemies all the way up to Dragonspire, which is just really, really good for Storm. And then as it continues on, it only gets stronger. Especially just because the 80 per pip is really good. And then once you get enchants, you add a solid base damage to that, which is just really, really good. Definitely Tempest is Storm's best spell. Next on our list is Myth. Now this one has a few options. Again, this list, if you don't know, is obviously kind of PvE related rather than PvP, because I don't know anything about PvP, but I'll give you some Myth spells that I think are pretty darn good that aren't so obvious at first. So I like to say one of them is actually Minotaur, and the reason why I say that is because I feel like a lot of people underestimate this damage and then damage again thing, because they kind of they see it and they're like, eh, but really it's actually really, really good on enemies that use shields, especially ice enemies, which is one of the reasons why Orthrus used to be a different kind of good. Now it's good, excuse me, in obviously a lot of ways, but Minotaur actually has some new or not new, but it has like a hidden kind of benefit to it that I feel like a lot of people don't take advantage of. I mean, I almost never see myths using like Minotaur, but that could be me. And then another spell I'm going to throw in is obviously Medusa. The 2-round stun is just really good, especially on like really late game enemies, so enemies Polaris and after, and early game enemies, which obviously you're not going to really be using it against early game enemies, so that point is completely moot. Pretend that I didn't say that because I'm stupid. Let's continue on to Life. Life, I couldn't say, like, without mentioning Dryad, which is obviously an insane heal per pip rate. I mean, if you look at it, right, Unicorn heals 465 to all allies for 3 pips. This heals for 3 pips would heal 600, which is a bit more. Rebirth for 7 pips heals 800. For 7 pips, this would heal 1400. It's really, really good. Obviously, it's only a single target, but it's just a fantastic healing spell. Plus, if you get the buff for it, what's it called? The astral spell, Guidance. Is it called Guidance? I don't know, but the one that boosts healing, it could be really good, I imagine. One of the strongest spells in Life's arsenal by far. Death, this one is rather obvious. There's a few quite easy options you could take. Ship of Fools is obviously really good. Scarecrow is really good. And honestly, I could just leave it at Scarecrow, because Scarecrow, realistically, you don't need Ship of Fools. You could just use Scarecrow on everything throughout the game and do absolutely fine. Scarecrow is just really, really good. It's honestly almost busted with how good it is. I mean, you're going to one-shot any street enemies, and bosses definitely are going to be almost just as easy with it. And then you full heal back. You're probably going to be at 100% health every single time. Death is just rather PogChamp, if I do say so myself. Oh, geez, okay. And finally, we're going to go to Balance. Now, this one, I had a few options that I could pick. But realistically, there's only one, and it's actually a common theme with this video, is Judgment. Now, it's actually funny, because, you know, I didn't really plan for this to be a common theme throughout the video, but the damage per pip and the heal per pip spells are the most common on here, and that's probably just because they're actually super, super good at any level, because Obviously, when you're at like level 100, you're going to be getting 5 pips first round, which is really good. And then even at a low level, you're still going to be doing a lot with it. Now, Judgment, honestly, is one of Balance's best spell for a lot of reasons. Primarily, obviously, is that it's a good attacking spell at literally any level. I mean, it does 120 per pip, I think, or 100 per pip. I can't really remember. And that's really, really good. I mean, when you get it at level 28, as I said, you're going to be getting 3 pips first round, and realistically, you're going to be using it in boss fights, so you're going to blade. If you even have like 1 or 2 blades on that and 5 to 7 pips, you're going to be doing well over 1,000 damage at that level, which is enough to kill just about any boss. I mean, in my Balance Let's Play series, definitely that was the spell that carried me through the game, through a lot of the game. It's just so good against bosses, early game and late game, that it's ridiculous. So, yeah, that's the end of my list. I'm not going to do, like, astral spells, whatever. But, that's all I really wanted. I know that this video wasn't as interesting as some of my newer videos. I'm sorry. I'm just, like, not okay right now. And, you know, I wanted to get some kind of video out, even if, it's not as well received. So, and by well received, I mean, like, if not as many people watch it, which is fine. You know, I just refuse to break my upload streak. So if you did enjoy, drop a like at the sub button. If you didn't, you know what, drop a dislike. That's okay too. Hopefully tomorrow I'm feeling better. I wanted to live stream more, but yeah, I not doing so well right now, so I'm probably not going to live stream, but maybe in the future. So again, I'll see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.